got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. 2nd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lynch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action here on first down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Vikings had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. He's got it to Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Back to throw again. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within you... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trucks over him. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and
he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is indeed good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Scott. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. On second down, Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lynch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lynch. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Off play action. Scott.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Up the middle they go. Oakley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, Oakley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees it.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They start the drive with Cook. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Scott. And Cook has it left side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Cook up the gut. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Scott. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Lions 7-yard line.
Back to throw. Scott flushed. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. He's back to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. On the move to his, and this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
To throw is Scott. Throwing on 4th down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Lions now, they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out?
And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
At the 36-yard line.
Scott, off play action. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook on the toss left. And he's got it down to the 28. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Scott. And that will be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in a tie.
Yeah, that clock putting a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go back to? Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time plays that decides this game?
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That is caught. It's Williams. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 50-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way. The
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, bro, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another